You can have stupid questions like, will Trump fart during the next meeting? I never liked this traditional finance.
Right now, everyone is chasing this $1 trillion RWA dream.
And this is the problem for startups. And when you hit the market fast, cut corners, you leave some gaps.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Brutally Honest Podcast number 4 by Woof Software. We are a high agency software firm building exceptional crypto products. Today, we are joined by Thomas Krischek, CEO of Metacord and CTO of Ballies. I hope I did not butcher any of the names on your firm.
Almost perfect.
Almost perfect. Okay, we will repeat it a few times. I feel like in the podcast, and I will get to learn it. Thomas, I want to start with a topic that we talked just 1 minute before. It's about sports. So today is a Champions League, and you told me that you always support the underdog. How does it like? Can you explain why? And does it had like any connection with your personality, or just like only when you're watching football matches?
I don't know. It's just hello everyone. First of all, thank you very much for being here, Alex. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I've been in sports since the beginning of time. I've been also doing a lot of sports crypto projects. I've been in the space since 2015, and today we've been doing a project which is called Ballies, which is a sports prediction market. It's AI-driven sports prediction market where you can bet against other people or against AI agents. And yeah, there's Champions League. This evening, Arsenal is playing. I support underdogs. So in this case, probably I will be rooting for Atletico Madrid. This is just natural for me. I mean, I've been like this for whole my life. And maybe because of that, I never liked this traditional finance, and I joined crypto pretty early because I thought that it's a niche, this kind of underdog niche against Wall Street, against all odds. That's why I joined the space.
Yes, and you talked a little bit about your experience. So you've been in the space since 2015. So you definitely should have some insight about that. So I feel like right now everyone is chasing this $1 trillion RWA dream. Beyond the hype, what asset class is actually ready for the chain right now, and what is just about marketing?
So, yeah, the market is very different from what it used to be, especially in 2016, 2017, where all these token projects came up and all the ICOs, and everyone had big dreams that we will basically create a new economy under crypto. I think it's more mature at the moment, and I think the main purpose and the driver of crypto is basically.
Do you think people are more mature, or tech is more mature?
People are more mature, I would say. People are more mature. They're battle tested, right? After few cycles, and the problem with crypto is we do not have a product that will last over a cycle, apart from very traditional financial tools, because crypto is basically great for transferring your money and owning your money on your account. So not privacy, but keeping the money for yourself. I mean, if you put it even in traditional banking, you can also say this is not your keys, not your money, because it can always happen, like it happened in 2008 in Cyprus, in Greece, where people were limited. They couldn't take money out of ATMs. I mean, crypto is great because you can have this in your personal wallet. Only you can have access to your money. This is fantastic. And you can send the money from point A to point B, from Australia to Alaska in a matter of few seconds. This is an amazing use case. Apart from that, a lot of things were boom and bust, and many tokens and many initiatives, they didn't last more than 2 or 3 years. And
Sorry, have
unfortunately,
you
this
seen
is
this graph of like amount of money that VCs invested in L2s and amount of money they make per day? Like, I think, for example, Blast, they got around, I don't know, 200, 300 million, and they get like few dollars per day, you know? So I feel like um, where we are as an industry trying to get past this, right? So we're really trying to create something which makes sense.
That's true. That's true. And this is VC money against also people's money, because normal people invest in crypto projects. And I don't want to sound negative or anything like this, but so many people got scammed. I mean, if you are scammed for the third, fourth time, and then you start realizing how it works, there are so many insider calls, there are so many insider circles, especially influencers, that just release another project after another project, and they get their 2 3x, and then they
I feel like
wrap.
there is a personal story behind that I think everyone has that maybe we can share so someone can learn like what was the maybe it's not even about amount, but what was the most disappointing investment that you had in crypto since the day you started?
Maybe not disappointing I mean, disappointing investment is Ethereum, I would say, since 2021, I would say, because it behaves like a stable coin. I believe that ETH is keeping the whole backbone of crypto, and it should be at least 12 or 15,000 dollars, not on that level. So it's really, I cannot wrap my head around that, why it's $2,000 today. So this is a little bit disappointing for me.
Let us know in the comments, why do you think Ethereum is still $2,000? There'll be a separate discussion about that, I feel like.
But the most, I mean, the peak of all the scams was, of course, the Trump coin. Come on, like, I never expected this. As I would say, I don't know if I can call myself OG or not, but I was like, what other scam can happen that no one is aware of? And then
Yeah, the same for me.
the American president's coming with the coin
Yeah.
and scams everyone. And I probably, I don't blame him. I mean, he's a boomer. He didn't even know what was going on. Probably there was some forces behind the guys, maybe his son, maybe someone else who knew how to do it. He was just putting the face. But when you put the face, you put also the whole responsibility behind.
But he's notorious for that, you know, like he'd be making so many products with just his name that people were just buying even before his first presidency. Like he was so popular. So he was the OG KOL even before this word existed. But let's talk about positive things.
Sure,
This is
sure.
so no, it's okay. Actually, I also got burned, no, but not on the Trump coin, but the Melania coin. Didn't lost that much because at the stage, I think as everyone understood that, or most people understood, okay, this is the peak. Like after the president launched meme token, in few months we'll be, we'll get back to bear market, and that's what happened. I think it was after 4 or 5 months we seen like steep decline. But let's talk about something that you feel like you care a lot, and I don't think enough people talk about this, is about recent attacks, specifically about Drift Team. So as a CEO, how do you project, how do you protect against a friend who is actually a state-sponsored hacker? So what CEOs and CTOs, because you have two hats, I feel like, protect themselves for these kind of hacks?
So in this case, I think there was some insider call there doing this hacks. I mean, you need to have a good tech team behind. You need to have good technology and smart contracts. That is something that will definitely protect you. But in this case, you need to go case by case. I mean, you never know in such cases whether there was some insider wrongdoing or there was really a hack. I mean, audits, independent companies checking your code and trying to figure out not to be hacked. I mean.
Yeah, I feel like there is a separate issue with the Glasswing. And okay, by the way, this is the first time we're telling about this. So we offer for every viewer that is looking at this video, and we'll make a separate post about that. If you already have a funding, you already have idea, or you have an MVP, but you want to be Glasswing ready, as we call it, because if AI can code it, AI can break it, and we have very experienced team, including auditors. Our CTO has his separate project about this. We can do it for free for you on the high level architecture. So let us know somewhere. Link will be somewhere below, because I feel like some C-level executives or founders, when they're trying to create the MVP or create something market ready, right? Because we're moving so fast, even in a bear market, from idea to execution with the cloud and everything, sometimes they forget about basics, right? So that's why it's important to talk to champions, talk to so thinking about the next topic, talk to professionals, not necessarily us, anyone else that you feel like you have a good track record, that they can really understand what they're doing. So I think Thomas can confirm that as well.
Yeah, exactly, Alex. Because when you are starting a new initiative, you want to be fast. You want your product to hit the market as soon as possible. You know that there is a matter of time, especially in today's economy. Everything is so super lightning fast, and you want to be first. And then you cut corners. This is one thing. And the second thing is the budget restrictions. If you want to do it properly with all the audits, with super team, on the product that you are never sure whether it will get traction or not, then of course it will take time and resources. And this is the problem for startups. And when you hit the market fast, cut corners, you leave some gaps, and then
And gaps
sometimes you don't
always close, as they say, as
you
traders say.
sometimes you don't you forgot where the gaps were, and then it hits you back. So
Yeah. I want to talk about Ballies, because I feel like it's one of the products that market really needs right now. So as I understand, Ballies aims to price games better than the market. So how does your AI handle this high pressure variance of this upcoming Champions League or other sport events, and sometimes even logic, as they say, fails?
Mhm. So let me start from the beginning. Just intro Ballies briefly, because we started the project 4 years ago. And it was the project that we started with crypto.com. And it was a collection of NFTs at that time. It was 2022. We seeded the project selling the NFTs. And since then, we created two games. One is basketball sports game, and the second was a football game. But the last year, we focused on prediction markets. And this is AI driven sports predictions, as you mentioned. There are a few modes how you can use it, because you can actively play on the market. So we are all about predictions, exact scores from the games. And we are not trying to compete with Polymarket or Kalshi, because we are too small for that. But we found a niche where you try outscoring other people or AI agents predicting the exact score. So if Arsenal plays against Atletico Madrid, you say whether it's 1-0 or 1-1 or whatever other score. And then if you're closer to the score than your opponents, you win tokens, you win stable coins, or you lose them. So you can actively participate on the market. But since we have AI agents, and we, I believe, also did a good job on the AI engine itself,
Don't
you
be
can
shy.
be.
You can share the numbers. So one of the agents, it hit 48% ROI in a single weekend.
That's true. That's true. We did that. So it's not bad so far. If you want passively also see how they perform and use their data to play on the other markets, then you can also use Ballies for that. So imagine that you like traditional bookies, old guys like Bet365 or DraftKings, whatever. And then you go to our platform, you check for the data, how AI agents behave, and then use this data to help you out with playing traditional ones.
I feel like people that are into this market right now would be interested to learn more. So any advice or where they should start? Because I feel like in terms of Polymarket, at least, there was a big amount of people that were there for potential, quick buck, or trying to find some small insights, or farming airdrop, which where's my airdrop Polymarket? Anyway, but um, what they should start, like once they pass this stage, okay, like I did 1-2 bets, I lost most of it, as I think most people do, because I feel like most people are saying, okay, I have very high percentage if I bet to this, and they say, okay, I'll just go against the crown because I don't know, if we take a football match, some uh, player just got the red card last match, for example, and nobody could predict it. I don't know, something small piece of data that you're first to know, or you're assuming you're the first to know. So where should they start at this point?
Mm-hmm. So going back to Polymarket, I think it's a great tool. I mean, these guys are awesome. But the problem is also there that there are certain questions where you can use purely inside calls. And I saw the chart from Polymarket that 67% of the money that was earned on Polymarket was done by 1.5% of people, which suggests that a lot of these questions are inside call questions, and they are looking at liquidity, they looking at both sides, and then whoever has inside information wins. I mean, you can have stupid questions like, will Trump fart during the next meeting? And of course, people close to Trump will know that.
They will be the first one to smell.
Exactly. So we try to do it as honest as possible. So you need to log into ai.ballies.gg. We do not operate as a house, and we do not have the insider calls, let's say. So I think it's always 50-50. You need to be a good capper in order to win. But if you want to start on our market, we have 3 modes of operations. So you can start from something that we call free roll, and you play every day on trying to predict the games. It's completely free. We have weekly rewards for you. So the best guys, we always reward. They get stable coins, and you don't pay for this. If you want to go deeper than that, you can go to
Sounds like a deal. You got me.
to other modes where you can play on tokens or you can play on stable coins. We are a Web3 platform, so always you need to connect your wallet.
Sounds like a deal to me. So you're not paying anything extra and you can build rewards. That's great. I mean, I know some platforms that did it even before the Polymarket, but I think the main bottleneck is marketing, how to market to a big amount of people. And that's, I feel like there are many prediction markets that had more fair system of distribution. They have smarter, better, faster tech, but since they're so big, it's difficult to compete. So it's great that you choose like your own niche that you're focusing on. But this is the question I like to ask to our speakers, and I think you'll be the best person to answer. So you've been in Web3 since 2015. You're Unk in our industry, they say. So what's one truth about being a CEO that nobody tells, especially when you're trying to raise funds in this market?
In crypto specifically, I think you need to search for the right product. And when I started, I didn't start creating my startup from the beginning. First, for the first 2 years, look, in 2015, I was mining Litecoin. I was mining Litecoin. This is how I started, and it wasn't me. I had my friend, very good friend from university, Asian friend, Vietnamese, my good mate, and he told me, "Hey, I've got this idea about Litecoin." I was like, "Man, what is Litecoin? What is this shit?" I didn't even know. But these guys, I mean, Asians are always 2 steps ahead of you, and they know better. So you you follow. And we started mining Litecoin, and then 2016, 17, I was trading crypto. That was fantastic time because everything was going up like crazy. And then I started going into deeper field and started my first startup, which was a total bust. And then we were searching for a use case 2 or 3 times, and it was bust again. I mean, we did some money, break even, that's it. And then Ballies came and Metacord came and a few other initiatives I'm involved at the moment, including also the Polish fully regulated stablecoin. So my advice is you have to try and don't try it doing it on a big budget. I mean, protect all the corners, be financially frugal, I would say, because it's so easy to spend money, but it's so hard to make money. So I
100%.
would say this: try as much as you can, touch everything you need and you think of, and do not underestimate anyone. I mean, there can be people that you consider that will not be useful, but they might be useful in the future. So don't ridicule anyone and try everything. And unfortunately, sometimes it's very hard. You need to go through a few bust cycles in order to make something that will fit into the market and people will like. But this is life. It's hard. It's never easy.
100%. There are some things that we talked. I'm not sure that you want to share today, but if you want to, that's the best time for it. Alpha round, um, because we talked before our call about what issues stablecoins right now have and how they will develop. So, do you have like any insight to that? Any alpha that you want to share with our audience?
About stablecoins.
Yes, sir.
Um, yeah, stablecoins are super interesting. I think the issue in Europe at the moment is incoming regulation, which basically puts stablecoins on the level of e-money and requires a lot of capital upfront as a protection, because you basically become like a neobank when you want to issue the stablecoin in European Union under MiCA or MiCA and CASP license. So this is the problem. I mean, you cannot be a startup and have it all regulated and push $10,000 into it. You probably need to have a capital of at least like €500,000 only for protection, and then to create some tech. So that I would say from the startup perspective. So regulations coming in, it's good and it's bad at the same time. For other coins, I mean, dollar is 99% of the market at the moment, and it's great for the American market, but it's not so great for Europe.
So do you think Europe should also start doing something about it?
Man, we are over 300 million people, and I'm so disappointed with Europe that we do not have strong currency in crypto, because euro in general it's pretty strong, but I think people in Europe are conservative, and I would say we discussed that before. You told me that in France maybe people are not so crypto because you live in France. People are not so crypto open,
Crypto friendly.
crypto friendly, and you can feel it from regulatory perspective in Europe. Americans are more adventurous, and you can tell because dollar is king in crypto, in stablecoins, 99% of the market, and you can say, yeah, because it's petrodollar, this and that, but come on, the dollar is king, and euro should have at least 30% of this pie, and it doesn't have.
Thomas, thank you so much for being here today. It was a pleasure talking to you. And for our listeners and viewers, please follow us on YouTube. The link should be somewhere. And definitely follow Thomas if you want to follow his journey. He has very interesting takes on LinkedIn that I feel like I will get banned if I talk about this today. But anyway, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Thomas, and see you in the next one.
Thank you very much.